Okay, hello there viewers. So let's have a look on this position, which I find it to be very interesting. Okay, this black turn to move, and what do you think it should do? Okay, for those who are saying that castling, not saying this is wrong. This is good because we want to bring our castle here and start using this open file. All right, it's not wrong. But however, I concur that there are other better move. The reason is because firstly, black king is still safe. White cannot attack it yet because the position is still close. There's no way for white to attack the king. Okay, that's the reason number one. And reason number two is because these two minor pieces is not doing well yet. So it's better for you to develop these two before you start develop the castle. Okay, so yes, castling and bringing the rook is correct, but there's a better move. So as I mentioned just now, sorry, these two pieces is worse because this knight is blocking this bishop. So this knight needs to move somewhere. Okay, the best possible places for it to go is either here or here. So where is the better piece? Where is the better square for the knight to move? You may pause the video for you to think. Right, should you go to this outpost or should you just go here? Okay, this outpost looks very interesting. You can come here and there's going to be a massive trade. You come trade and then come here, then there's trading and come here again. But there's nothing much after that. The better answer will be is for the knight to come here. There's many reasons for that. I know this is a strong point for the knight, but this is a very weak square for white. The reason it's a weak square because there's no pawn that can cover it, and of course there's no way for black to cover it as well. Okay, and this is an isolated pawn. So when there's an isolated pawn, normally isolated pawn is the weakness, but in this case, this isolated pawn is guarded well. When you see an isolated pawn, yes, you should try your best to make it as your target because it's a weakness, because there's no pawn to guard it. Okay, but in this case, like I mentioned just now, there are two minor pieces that can guard it. The other weakness that can happen because of isolated pawn is this square in front of it because there's no pawn that can guard it. So if you cannot attack the isolated pawn, what you should do is you should try your best to secure your place at this weak square in front of the isolated pawn. So the best play for you to do here is to move your knight to this square. All right. So once your knight move there, let's say this happened, and then your bishop can come out, target things again, so sort of that, and yeah, you can castle. Okay, so that's the answer. So if you see a weakness, you should try to conquer it as soon as possible. Yes, you can say that, hey, this is my strong point. But normally in chess, if you see a weakness, you want to go to a weakness first. And as I mentioned just now, there's not much you can get it from here. Right? Remember, if you see an isolated pawn, try to make it as your target. If it's being guarded very well, try to secure a place at the square in front of it because it's a weak square as well. Okay, I'll show you one more example. Okay, so this is another example. It's very similar. So black last move is here. Yes, it's the same example. It's very similar to the one that we have there just now. Now you see this is isolated pawn. Okay, if you see an isolated pawn, so you should attack it first because it's a weakness. But as you can see here, these two pieces are well guarding it, so we can't attack the isolated pawn yet. Okay, so if you can attack the isolated pawn, there's another weakness, which is a square in front of it. You see these two of your knight? Well, this is more centralized. This knight is guarding here. So your next best move is actually here. Boom. Okay? So that's one of my study book. Alright, so hope you got the idea. If you see weakness, you should attack it. Attacking weakness mostly is a priority more than going for your strong point. And isolated pawn that I've mentioned is a weakness. You should attack it because there's no pawn to guard it. But if the pawn is secured, well defended, then you should attack the weakness, another weakness caused by the isolated pawn, which is square in front of it. In this case, because there's no pieces that can guard this square, so you should take your opportunity to take the place over there. Okay. All right, that's all. Hopefully it's being helpful for you. Okay, thank you for watching. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe. Bye.